Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How are you? So excited to have you here for service. You guys excited?
Yes.
You missed it, right? Yes. How many people are new? I think there's a couple new people, yeah? Oh, you're in for a treat. This is going to be fun. We have just a really, really fun day planned. Lots of our talk today. I'm really excited about our talk today. I don't want to give it away yet, so keep it top secret. But I think it's going to be fun. I think you guys are really, really going to enjoy it. So what I'd love to do is just start with a message from Spirit. Remember back to yourself. Remember that you are the source of all love. Your light and love are your gifts to the universe. These are the gifts we gave you as a way to remind others of the importance of understanding, patience, kindness, and forgiveness. You have the power to change lives. In the times of darkness and uncertainty, share your light and allow your love to emanate. Do not be afraid. When you feel tested, rise up and love stronger, for we have chosen you to represent all that is good and all that is possible. Your heart may feel like it will break, but you are stronger than you believe. You are the connection to the universe, the infinite, the spirit within each of you. When you connect the cord from your heart to others, you are fulfilled. You are a messenger of the power of love. There are difficult circumstances among you in the world, but you are being shown so that you can put forth your power and energy to love, to change, and change the currency for which life is based. You will remind others to what their soul was meant to be and the importance of acceptance. Love is a common thread that can sew the fabric and reinforce the fibers of unity. It's in these moments that you can return to Source and trust that you are on your path of enlightenment. You are a messenger of the power of love. To see that love has the power over violence, hate, and fear is how the healing can begin. To love heals wounds. Love creates a future filled with kindness, understanding, and freedom for all. Allow your love to be as bright as your light. Radiate your energy without reservation. Extend with your heart and begin to create the future we have intended. A future that encompasses a world of acceptance, kindness, and universal peace for all. Yeah, it was so loud and clear this week that we were going to talk about love. Love. I could use a little love. Not that kind of love. I'm getting TMI, sorry. You all wait till I'm dating someone and it's going to be like, oh, either that or I get a husky. Either one. That's where it's going to go. All right. So today's talk is about love. So as I go into it, I'll just kind of read what was inspired by the message. Love. It's a feeling that we all strive for at some point. And intuitively, we understand the power of love and acceptance. When we feel loved, the world feels right. Love is the true language of our souls. And when we speak the language of love, it is then that we remind one another the importance of our experience. Each person we meet, each experience we encounter, is there to remind us of the power of love, the native language of our soul. Each day, each moment, we are given an opportunity to use our words and actions for the purpose of love. We don't always need to feel loved in order to extend love first. When we start with ourselves and our choice to love first and unconditionally, We have already accomplished why we are here. We are filling up our soul. Love is a mystery. Why the connection can be so strong for some and yet a struggle for others. How can some commit acts of hatred while others are of service for the good? This may not always be easy to understand, but what we can do is use our personal power to make change. We can each make a difference in how we react in a situation and in a moment. In each moment, we can make a choice to love the person before us. We can choose to love them honestly, sincerely, and without judgment. From our neighbor to another culture to a personal relationship, we will always be faced with opportunities to forgive, rise up, and love. Having experiences that create hurt for us is part of the love, but it's not designed to have us build a protective shield around our heart. It's quite the opposite. It's finding a way to love beyond all hurt and disappointment, for love is the most powerful force we are given by Source for us to heal one another. In this world, there is violence, there is war, there is unjust acts being committed every day. But if we start to carry anger and hatred in our hearts, then we lose. We can love beyond these tests. We can show the power of love. And it starts with you. Love yourself unconditionally. You are blessed. You are beautiful. You are a creation of perfection. Remember, you are special and your love is special. When we love ourselves, it's easier to love those around us, to see the beauty in them, to find the light in a situation. And as difficult as that can be, let's return to our native language of love and let's speak it fluently. Let's love one another and let's love together. Can I get a hallelujah? Okay. So our meditation song, and I always have to put quotes because, you know, yeah. You'll see why. But, it's a moment for you to be with the song, with spirit, with yourself, with the space around you, just to connect to the message for yourself, okay? So take a moment, if you just put your feet up, flat on the ground. This is a little less than 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes for you. Allow yourself to be present and mindful in the moment and enjoy your awesome meditation song. It is. I really love this song. Okay, ready?
The only way we're gonna survive in these days, in these last days. Love is the only way we're gonna survive in these days, in these trying days. You take life for granted when you're running through the streets, walking around with your gun, shooting people like it's fun. Maybe you'll understand the day you lose a friend. This life is not a game. Didn't your mama tell you? Love is the only way we're gonna survive. The only way. In these days, in these trying days, you take life for granted. The way you run through the streets, when you're walking around with your gun, shooting people like it's fun. Maybe you'll understand the day you lose a friend. This life is not a game. Didn't your mama tell you? Love is the only way we're gonna survive. The only way. In these days, in these last days, love is the only way we're gonna survive. In these days, in these trying days, I know you wanna give up. It's so much easier to hate than love. In this life, you must have faith. Love is the only way. Open up your heart, not like you've never been hurt. Love is the only way we're gonna survive. In these days, in these last days, love is the only way we're gonna survive. In these days, in these trying days, love is the only way we're gonna survive. In these days, in these last days, love is the only way we're gonna survive. We can. In these days, in these trying days, love is the only way we're gonna survive. In these days, in these last days, love is the only way we're gonna survive. In these days, in these trying days.
For anyone who doesn't know, Susan is going to do our chart today, Susan Schueler. So Susan Schueler is a medium, she's psychic, she's a teacher, always giving out a smile, love, and laugh. And she hand makes these candles and oils, and she always sets intention with them. And it's always, and she just always gives them out too. Like, and it's always for the highest good. And they smell amazing. Like, I'm so addicted to them. So we were like, hey, what about a talk on this? What about sharing with people what you can do and how you can manifest and set intentions for yourself, and how these candles and burning the candles and making the oils, you know, can help you achieve your goals and work through things, right? Yeah, so would love to introduce Susan. As she comes up and talks, I will pass around the bowl. If you happen to have $5, you know, just as a donation, just help support it. And that's it. And so Susan Schueler, please. Come
Okay. Hi everybody, it's wonderful to be here. I want everybody to stop right now, and I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to make an intention for your day. Okay, so something that is meaningful to you that you would like to set the intention. This is what I want. Once you're done, open your eyes. This is how we should start every day, okay? And I think that's why I started making these, because for me it was something that I could give to my clients, because when people come to see me, when we're mediums and psychics, I mean, most of the time people are hurting. So it kind of helps them a little bit. So what I've done over the years is just kind of, and now I've kind of like, these are the oils that I make that she had mentioned, and each one has a different intention behind it. And the reason I'm sharing this with you today, when Colby mentioned it to me, this is something everybody here can do, okay? I'm not a magician, it's just, this is easy stuff. The candles, I made these this morning, these are still warm, okay? And the reason I'm picking these up is because I'm gonna be handing these out, all right? So some of you will be getting these, so it's important that you're listening to what I'm saying about these. I'm lucky, I grew up Catholic. Okay, which might seem a little weird, you know, as a medium, but I grew up Catholic, and my mother later became a born-again Christian. So at a very early age, I learned to lay hands on and channel the power of the higher being, power of Mother God, whatever you want to call it, Holy Spirit's my mother called it, into what I did. So this is kind of what I do when I make my candles. I ask to channel spirit. Sometimes, like this one, the LA Magic one that I have, I've set the intention that whoever gets this candle is going to get whatever they need. I didn't really set an intention for a specific purpose, other than just whatever you need when you burn this candle, you'll get it. All right? So it's kind of fun. Now I'm just going to explain a little bit how I do this. And I'm doing this because I want you to all, you can do this at home, okay? It's just so easy. With the oils that I use, I've kind of just researched different oils and the different purposes that they have. Some of these clear spaces. How many of you clear your space with like sprays and things like that or smudge? Okay, so it's like that kind of stuff. You can do this. And it's just a great thing to do. And it's so easy to do. You just find scents you like, use purified water, and all of these are charged with Reiki stones. So I just take stones, anything that all of you want, and just put your hands on top of it and just say, okay, I would like to channel the Mother, Father, God, universal power through this right now, and just put it into the stones before you start. And that can be with the candles too. All my candles have stones in them as well. So first of all, they're all Reiki charged, so you can do that. Then, as you're, I always feel like my husband calls it my cauldron. Okay, but it's like however you choose to do it. And then as you're going through, it's like you're literally feeling the energy of God go through you and into the water or the oil, however you want to do it. It's pretty amazing. And then I always make sure, as I'm doing this, I always make sure that I'm listening to music that I really like, because music kind of gives me power. And usually when I do this, I like to listen to crooners and cocktails from Apple Music. I don't know why. It's like old 50s music, and it just kind of makes me go, you know. But I feel like that's really important too. And you don't want to do something like this if you're in a bad mood. Okay, you want to make sure that your energy is really high and that you're kind of at your highest spot. But I'm just going to explain, because some of you will be getting these, what these are. Some of the sprays are just like, you can spray them anywhere. All right, so if you make your own, these, you just set the intention. I use them when I put new sheets on my bed. You know what I mean? You want to do sheets, pillows, cases, and all that stuff to smell nice. I've now found a new thing, if I can find it here, and I'll try not to make it a tongue twister for me. Like I said, these will be passed out. I don't like to put chemicals on my animals, okay? And it's flea season coming up. So I found out that if you use rose geranium with water, and of course all these have to be shaken, you spray your dog or cat every week or so, it's supposed to keep fleas and ticks off them. Now, I'd rather have my dog or cat smell like roses than put chemicals on them, so one of you guys will be doing that. So there's so many different things that you can do, and it's just about setting the intention. And for those people who get my candles or get my sprays, you know that when you're actually burning it, it does feel special. Okay, you know that, it does. And I don't understand. It's like, I'm not, like I said, I'm not a magician. You guys can all do this, okay? So if, look underneath your seat right now. You might have a little index card underneath your seat. And if there's somebody not seated next to you, look under their seat. Yeah, it's like, oh, right, there we go. That's fun.
Let it go. Sage lavender candle.
Okay, so hang on to it. If you have one, you will get one at the end of the service. Just come over. I just don't want to do it now. But everybody should, so just make sure that you've got one. But I just want to say that it's all about setting the intention. And I think one of the best intentions that we can set, just as spiritual people every morning when we get up, is how can I serve spirit today? And to me, it's like even by just doing things like this. So I'm a huge believer of giving gifts to people, handmade gifts, homemade gifts. I was a kid, remember when you were a little kid, you used to make for Thanksgiving? Okay, that was me. I was making them for everybody, a little turkey. So to me, it's like, we need to, it's like Colby was talking before about love. We need to give pieces of ourselves away. It's really important. We're a community. We're all connected. So anyway, so your homework assignment is to go home and make something, set an intention for it, and then give it to somebody that you care about. Okay? And like I said, I'll pass these out, so thank you.
very, very much. So now we're ready for messages. Who wants messages from Old Dorms and Spirit? Who's never been to anything where you get messages? Has everybody had an experience in that? Well, just you have not ever. No. Oh, your loved ones are coming. So here's how it goes. You just have to recognize them. Allow yourself to be open. Just say yes. And then if it's a no, give a no. That's okay. But we have absolutely incredible mediums today delivering messages. Our first medium, she has this way of working where, she brings in the personality of the spirit, but she also makes it fun, and she can be very funny, but she has a lot of love and compassion and empathy about these messages and what she's giving. And she's also a teacher. She does this work professionally. So would love to introduce Terrie Huberman.
Oh boy, no stand today, so you'll have to forgive me for being one-handed. Okay. So just logging in really quick. Great, thank you. So just if you can please let me know yes, no, or even I don't know. I'm cool with all that information. The I don't know is put in the back of your head, file it for later, because when you leave, you'll go, oh, I know what Terrie was talking about. Okay, thank you very much. So I have a female here now. Thank you. Now, okay, so this female, she's giving me the feeling that she was very proud of her upper body. And as I say that, I kind of say it really giggly. So she was, I get the feeling that she was actually a very happy individual, very light individual, and actually entertaining when she came across. Sort of similar to my personality, which is kind of gregarious and and she's giving me the feeling that she would have had children. So can anybody take so far this really happy, light-go-lucky, perhaps big busted woman who had children? You can take her? Okay. Let's see what else I can get. So I feel like there's a connection. I don't know why I want to say feathers. Would that make sense to you that there would be a connection to feathers? Because she's showing me a bunch of feathers falling. Almost as if, this may not have been the exact scenario, but if you are in a pillow fight and pillows break, there's all these feathers falling. Would that make sense to you?
Well, the feathers are definitely a big part of my life.
A big part of your life, okay. So she's giving me, now a lot of, all right, so she's giving me ostrich. I don't know if there's a connection to ostrich or not, but I heard ostrich. I'm just going to give that to you. Let me investigate a little further to see if there's anything else about that. But it's about eggs, stand by, and fertility. So it's almost a little bit more about fertility. So would that make sense to you that there would be a connection with this woman and maybe fertility, or it's not quite clear to me how that all fits in, but can you understand how it makes sense? It makes sense to you. That's what's important. Okay, great. Thank you very much. So she's showing me gold coins falling in a shower form, which is communicating to me incoming money. So I don't know if that makes any sense to you, that there would be incoming money, and I feel like it would be familial money. So if it's not, there's a connection to, I want to say maybe an inheritance or something like that, but she's almost like she's throwing money at me, but it's like a shower. So I'm just going to give that to you if that's something that, but it feels incoming, so it's almost as if she's telling me that you don't know about it yet. So, and would it be correct in saying that this is your mother? Or there's a connection to your mother. If it's not your mother, there's a connection to your mother's side. Does that make sense to you?
It could be.
It could be?
Yeah, I don't know how, do you want me to do that?
Well, not
not really, but I feel like there's a connection to your mom's side of the family.
Okay.
And she is a mother. So if
That makes sense.
that makes sense. Okay, good. Because I feel, and she's welcoming a young girl. Does that make sense to you, that there would be a young girl that is being welcomed? Now this girl is not in spirit, the one being welcomed. So she's acknowledging a young girl who has been welcomed. Can you place that?
Could be my grandbaby?
Your grandbaby, okay. And she's saying that this little girl is special and has very in tune with heart. That's it, okay. So she does, she really, I feel like the real reason why she's come through was to say to keep an eye on this young child who feels female, this young girl. She says because this girl is going to need grooming for more hard work. I don't know what that means. That makes sense to you. Awesome. Okay, good. So I'm going to leave that with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh. Okay. A little worried there. I have a shy gentleman coming through, which is why you saw what you saw. Because he gives me the sense that it's like he's not very trusting of this environment. This is not something that he might actually be part of or would have thought to do or be part of or participate in when he was living. So he's kind of like just checking it out, but he's a bit on the shy side. And he's giving me the feeling that, well, so he's showing himself to me as my grandfather, but I know this is not my grandfather, so I feel as if this is a grandfather. And I feel as if he would have had a big belly. So can anybody take a grandfather who might have had a big belly, who has been on the shy side and who would maybe never sit in something like this or be part of anything like this? Not yet? Possibly? Okay. Let's see. So there's something about airplanes. I get the feeling that he would have liked airplanes, or he had a connection to airplanes, and it feels internal, like he had a passion for airplanes. That doesn't make sense to you? Does that make sense to anybody else? A connection to airplanes? And thank you very much. It would be specifically like Army type or Navy or military type of plane.
I had a stepfather who was a pilot in the military.
Okay, and could you take
But
that?
he didn't have a big stomach, that I recall. And he would be very shy about this, for sure.
Okay. Stepfather, you said. Okay. All right, let me see if I can give a little bit more information. He's giving me the number 2, so he wants to acknowledge 2. Would you understand that 2 in association with, thank you very much, children?
My mom's, the birthday is February.
February, but
Not
not
2 children. Well, my sister and myself were 2 children, and then he had 2 children. From his,
and he had also 2
Yeah.
children, so there were almost like 2 groups of 2.
Yeah, and it was older marriage, so I mean, you know.
That's fine. That's fine. Because he's acknowledging 2, and he's giving me the sense that it's in for kids, for children, like his children. Well, it could be. I don't want to make that decision for him.
Okay.
It could be. He's just acknowledging that. And he's bringing my attention now to my heart. Would that make sense to
Yes.
you? Okay, so I believe I have your stepfather, right? So not grandfather, but he came to me grandfatherly, so stepfather. Now, he's giving me the sense that there might have been some strictness or you have to do it my way type of upbringing in terms of how he might have reared children. Does that make sense to you? That he might have been a really strict.
Probably with his children.
With his children.
When I met him, later on.
You met him later on, okay.
But I would say so.
Okay. And do you want to know everything? Like you're cool with that? Okay, cool. Because he's sharing with me that he has some regret about how he was so hard on his kids. I don't know if you keep in touch with his kids at all now, but I do feel as if he wants to give his apologies because he's saying he gets it now that it doesn't have to be so strict and you know, like that he didn't have to be that way. So that's what he's acknowledging. He has a sense of guilt for that, and he would like to apologize. So I don't know if you have.
Well, it
access.
might be our connection too with
Okay.
my mom and him.
So you understand all that, okay. Because that's, to me, that's what I feel the strongest about is that, and the interesting thing is for such a shy guy, this is a very strong feeling that he's giving me. So he feels bad. And he says he gets it now, that he didn't have to do it that way. It didn't have to be that way. So if you don't mind passing on that message or taking that message or, okay.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Okay, all right. Okay. I have a young female coming through. Let's find out what definition of young represents. Okay, so she's showing me socks, like she might have worn socks to the knee. And they're almost like, this is gonna sound so weird, like Punky Brewster socks. And I don't know why I want to say Punky Brewster socks, but like very colorful and to the knee. She's giving me the sensation that, okay, just watch the movement because I don't know how to verbalize it. like that, okay? Almost like pretend I'm Xanadu, you know, like. So she's giving that sensation that that's something that she might do and experience. So I don't, I'm trying to figure, because there's a real smooth movement to that, but it doesn't feel like necessarily dancing. It almost feels like ice skating. And I get the feeling that this is a female of the high school age. Can anybody take any of that? I kind of feel directed towards this way. But, so 2 of you can take that. Okay. 3 of you, I'm sorry. Okay, 3 of you. Okay. That movement is very, very important and significant. Am I still with you guys for that particular movement? Okay. 'Cause that's like, not only was it like a physical sense of freedom, but it was an emotional sense of freedom to her. Like, whew, she's giving, oh God, this feels amazing. I'm so sorry you have to see this. This feels amazing because it's like this huge sense of like, literally it would take her out of her mind. And I don't mean that in a negative way, it's just such a sense of freedom. If that makes sense to you? She's giving me the letter A. Would that make any sense to you? Yes? Yes. Oh, you're A and A, 3 A's. Oh boy, you earned my money today. Time, money. Okay. Let's see. You guys can take the socks because she's acknowledging socks again. Okay, she's acknowledging a female. I don't think this will help me. Okay. She's acknowledging like a female mentor, someone she would be very close to and connect with. Yes? Am I with you on that? And you're, so there's a for sure, yes, okay. Just for time's sake, I'm just gonna get like right to the message. She's saying go for it. So if there's been hesitation with an issue, but I don't wanna say issue, I feel like it's a project, she's saying go for it. She's like, don't look back, clean up the mess afterwards. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna leave that with you. Okay.
It would be less noisy this way. You can hear how different. All right, we have another medium. Actually, we have a couple more. So this is a really wonderful service with these volunteers. You know, it takes these mediums. I mean, these mediums are out in the world. They're working. They have clients. They're teaching. And, you know, I reach out and I say, hey, who wants to just volunteer? And, you know, there's never a problem finding these unbelievable light workers that are saying, I'll do it. Absolutely, I'll be there. And it takes them to make this happen. It takes you too. So our next medium is a guy. Yes, there are men with this, ladies. All hope is not lost, okay? Actually, there's a few in this room. So, but one is delivering messages today. He is a medium, he's an advisor, He works with the sense of, it's really neat. You'll see his personality, because his personality, he seems so like, like the professor, But then he'll come out with these, he just lights up with the personality of the spirit. And he comes out with these like little jokes and these little nuances, and it's fabulous to watch him work. So without further ado, Kevin Coburn. See, I told you.
Well, now the pressure's on. Okay, let's take a second to just see who's here. Okay, right off I'm getting a female energy kind of shuffling in here. And much like the clog sound of Colby and Terrie, heavy wooden sound, as they, maybe they had wooden floors too, but I'm getting that. But the shoes feel ethnic to me. In fact, if shoes can sound ethnic, I don't know. And wow, okay, her personality, she's kind of doing your thing there. She's kind of la la la. She feels like she's showing herself actually wearing one of those little, what do you call them, shawl, pashmina thingies, whatever. But it's just for, she's just always a little bit cold, and she likes to have that on, but then it always looks good too. It adds to her outfit, because I see she likes to wear, she's stylish, okay. Show me a little bit more here, okay. Well, she shows herself to me as, she doesn't seem old, unless she's just showing me, she feels younger. But this lady to me only looks like maybe in her like 50s, she's still got dark hair. I'm feeling, if you can feel, like a Eastern Europe type connection, something along that line. I want to say that there's so many, sorry, don't need to be, a lot of countries have a stan and lots of I's and A's and N's type of thing. It feels something like that, because I really, it just feels it. Okay. And she's got a thick accent here. Can anyone take this at all right now, or is this way over left field? You know, and lots of looks like, huh? Okay. Let me ask her to give you a bit more here. Okay. She is an artist. She's very artistic, and I feel like she is passing, that's a similarity to this person here. They get this artisticness from her, and she feels kind of aunt-like energy to me, like aunt or a great aunt. She's showing drawings, so she does something with drawing or painting here. Any hits yet? Okay, wow. She came into the wrong room, it looks like. All right, so I'll ask her for one more bit, and then we'll have to ask her to step aside. So let's see. What is something here that's a little more personal? Okay, shorter stature. Okay, she's bringing her stature down here. A bit wider in the hips. Okay. Now she's showing some gray in her hair, but she didn't like gray in her hair, so she looks like she colored it. So, okay, that's still not very old. So let's see, anything else here? She's just showing you she likes metal jewelry. I see like golds and coppers and stuff. Like, I don't see like costume jewelry. This is all like chains. Wow. Okay, that's not helping. So I'm going to ask her to just thank her for coming, and have her step aside here. Okay. Let's see who else. Reset. Okay, a very solemn man, solemn and tall man, just kind of stepped in here. He's fairly tall, a lot taller than me, of course, not that tall, so he's showing me, I feel like I'm about this height. On the thin side, I'm very direct, there's not a lot of warm and cuddly with me. I'm to the point. My humor is very dry, and I don't feel like, if you saw him smile, it was like this type of reaction, because he's always so serious, and he's like he's had a mission all the time here. He had things to do, so he feels very determined. And I feel like as a father, he would have been very distant, very distant. So maybe in the front row. Okay, let's try and do a little bit more. Let's see. I just feel a lot of duty around him. It's like you get married, you raise a family, that's your duty. You bring home the bacon. I don't feel like I had a lot of fun with this gentleman at all. Like fun sounds very foreign to him. Okay, let's see. Serious, but I feel like there is, though I wouldn't call him super religious, I feel like he's more like, I know what's right and wrong around him. Just like, and very, I don't want to say super judgmental, but he could just, with a look, you just know, oh, that wasn't a good thing for me to say, that type of reaction that I get from him. He says, but despite the way he brought family up, I still feel like he was respected. But there's a little bit of, okay, I just saw fear equals respect, if that means anything. I didn't want to set him off too much here. Okay. All right, let's see. So, let's see, he's got a message here. Okay, so this whole arena would be very foreign to him. He'd be like, yeah, very. But I know you go to a lot of these things. You enjoy this, and he tags along because he's curious. He's very curious, if nothing else. So he does a lot of this. Okay, well, she got that right. Or yeah, he got that right. Or I don't know. I would have said this if I was communicating with her. So he's still kind of judgmental. Okay. But it's interesting. He thinks this whole arena is interesting. So it has made him kind of step back from his seriousness and his no, everything's a certain way. So he's softened a bit, but he didn't go crazy. Let's just say that. So he gives me this sense of appreciation. He said, okay, so I see why she goes. You do get something from it, even if the message is not for you. It's entertaining sometimes it's emotional. So he understands why you come. So I guess that's his message. So let's try and get someone who's speedy. Okay. Someone's coming in on this side. Do that. Okay. Okay. When they come in on this side to me, this is going to be a hard one because this is more guide stuff over on this side for me. So this person is, whoever's sitting here is still a little hesitant of stepping forward. And the energy behind this lady, and I feel like she's very, she feels joyful to me, but not, yay, so she's more encouraging, and she's like, she can come through with these, gives you that jolt that you get out of nowhere. Oh, okay, I don't know why I'm getting up, but I am. She gives you that little bit of inspiration, and I'm feeling kind of pulled over here, so let's see. It's hard to, unless people are talking with their guides, so let me see if I can get something that's a little bit more in this world. Two different things are going on right now. You're planning two different venues. and you're thinking it might be too much, don't put too much on the stove. Is what you're feeling, what she's saying, no, put a third pot. She says, keep going. So doesn't have two things brewing right now? Perhaps, okay. Okay, she just kind of comes right up, and she's just standing very serious at this point. She's very light and flowery when she needs to be, but for the most part, but when she needs to help you, give you that gentle push. But she just comes right in and she just stands there, and you just feel that as well. Like someone's pushing me. I don't think I'm quite ready, but you feel that push. Okay. I don't know if either one of you do anything with drawing as well, but I feel okay. Perhaps it's you. So this looks like a combination of a portrait, but I feel like there's something around it. Okay, and it feels very, because we're in a spiritual venue here, so it feels very light and spiritual, and then the eyes, something about the eyes. You draw the eyes a certain way, and people can automatically recognize. There's a recognition, whether it's the physical or what, something that you portray in the eyes is what she wants to say. You're very good at capturing someone's attention with it and bringing your message through. So she's very prideful. She's going, yes, she's not done yet. She needs a little bit more. She's a little bit hesitant, and she's going to be there to push you. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you.
Thank you.
It's so tough sometimes when you gotta you know the spirits, right? And it's just you gotta have the human body catch up. You're like, come on. All right, so I'll do one message, then that will be our time for today. But I want to connect over here. I feel like I'm over here, and I feel like it's a mother that I have in spirit, or a lady who would have been very close, like a mother. And I almost feel like I'm with one of the two ladies here. So would one of you have your mother in spirit? I'm really drawn to you. Okay, you understand? Yes? Okay. Use your voice. There you go. Doesn't that feel good? Okay. I feel like she wanted to come forward and say to you, I'm so glad to see you here. I'm so glad that you came today. She also gives me this feeling of you would have understood her to be sick prior to her passing, yes? Okay. You also understood. Now, were you with her toward the end of her life? Because she's giving me a feeling that you're with her, and it's almost like, were you staying with her almost overnight? Because she keeps showing me you're with her all the time.
She was in the hospital.
Okay, you're still with her as much as you can, right? Day after day, you understand this? Okay. You also understand the feeling too where, I'm curious, I feel like, I'm just doing this, like I'm holding something. So I'm not sure if I'm using something in my hand to pray or rubbing, but do you understand something in either her hand or your hand that we're praying or rubbing? Okay, but would it have been in the, you're holding it, yeah? Or she's holding it?
Maybe.
Okay, I feel like I'm holding something, and I feel like, there is prayer around it, and I just feel like there's a sense of you continuously talking to her as well. I feel like you did a lot to really make her comfortable, yes? Okay, all right. She's saying you did. I gotta go with her. She's saying she can recognize that you were taking care and that you were helping her, okay? She's also showing me, do you understand the name Betty or a B around a female?
My friend's mom.
Okay, she would be in the living?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So I just feel like, there's a sense where your mom wants to step forward, kind of let you know she's all right. She's letting you know she's doing okay. She knows you did the best you could. She appreciates that all of her family was with her, yes? And she's just saying to let you know to tell the family she's giving her best. All right, so I'll leave that with you, okay? gotta tell you, Grandma was kind of crashing the gate there. So I really want to thank everyone. Now, a couple of the mediums, they each have an upcoming event. So I thought I would let you know of their next upcoming event in case you're interested, you enjoyed their work and wanted to talk to them afterwards. So Kevin, who's our token male for the day, he has a spirit gallery that's actually this afternoon. And where is that? Oh, Long Beach, right? So he has a spirit gallery in Long Beach. And he also has something on August 20th, which is in Huntington Beach at Mystical Realm. So if you're interested in either of those, make sure you reach out to Kevin. Susan actually has a psychic play date.
Oh, and I just want to interrupt this too. If you have one of the things to get the candles or something, make sure you see me at the end of this. Don't walk without that. Sorry, okay?
Psychic play date, it's May 21st. So basically to help people, tap into their intuition in a really fun exercise kind of oriented way, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you can connect with her, and that will be in Santa Monica. And Terrie has an event May 28th, right, at the is it called the Liberate Emporium? Okay, and that's also psychic, teaching people, but it's going to be like water ball and...
Well, that's actually a group reading.
Okay, that's the one. Okay, are you doing a class that day also?
Not that day. That's another time.
Okay, so it's more of a demonstration.
That one, but it's psychic, not mediumship.
Okay, psychic mediumship demonstration. And then they're also both of you are doing the New Earth. It's called the New Earth Expo, right? Both of you are going to be there. We have a couple of free passes that will get you in, and I'll post it on the group page. So there's lots of activities going on, lots of things for you to reach out to your favorite medium. And again, I just want to thank everybody so much for coming out, for supporting this service, for connecting all of us together, and have a wonderful day.
Yeah.